Amniioe, under a convincing spell, she drove forward at full speed, and in exactly 10 days, she uncovered an important object. An intricately shaped instrument with a hidden message, and possessing one of the most difficult ciphers she had ever come across. Without a taste or inkling of pause, she went to work on it and unfolded its secrets to before her behold the personal writings of one who had been inside the room itself. They spoke of a door through the end corridor of an underground tunnel with strangely garbed onlookers to the sides and stone face, and an entrance through to wild under the ocean whose name wrote out old mahogany. She knew exactly where it was, and in a place she nor anyone could have imagined, so near, but so hidden. She tracked its existing point through heavy tunnel and long, vagrantly lit fire hall. Around a corner and an arch bend, she stood still, just several steps away. She waited, hungry with desire and awake with anticipation. Breathed in once deeply and went around the corner. Inside, she found herself emerge in a room to such silence that she could hear her own heartbeat. The walls caked in dust, the floors and the ceiling dripping with time, with one ray of dusty light falling a thin line softly from above, and to the sides in piles and arrayed stack, she saw there the most precious objects she had ever been witness to. The room showed with struck blinding reflective light, pointed through by rare thinned metals, stones, carves, unheld scabbard, and stirring symmetria. There were vases of pure gold, full towering sculptures of abalone, the ivory of anciently called animalia, relics of long charcoal burned empires, tablets carved tales of unheard holy creature, and there standing vestiges of worlds long forgotten by all and every. This room held so much time, so much value. Its existence around her caused her every piece of body to burn from within with shock, awe, alive, and wool vein boil inspire. The world in its entirety, here a gift, and all for her. It was in front of her, it was all around her, the thing itself. This was reality, and she had just walked right into it. The awe enveloped her, but the desire and greed struck her with cause, and her muscles shuddered to reach for the things greedily and be bathed, though she did not move. She stood in the center of the room, with sterile stillness all around. The possibilities of all that there laid around her. Her body wanted so greatly to become violent with collect, but she, with much difficulty, kept it silent and unmoving. She shuddered, until eventually she could not hold it any longer and let go her lauding self to race around the room with intense want and grab as wildfire the treasures on every wall and corner. She picked one to store in her hand, and then another under her shoulder arm, and then another and another, until she was weighted with metal pieces all over and bellowing with breath. She greedily picked and pocketed everything she could possibly see, losing sense and clarity at the notice that there was far too much on her person to carry any sort of distance. Yet she grabbed more and more, dropping things, ignoring their departure, and picking up new ones again and again, mad with madness. She continued this strange dance until finally she stopped. Breathing outwardly with strong noise, packed to the brim with metallic glittering things, and tortured with want and with have. She just stands there, looks at herself with her mind's eye, and is disappointed. Drops everything. Standing in a small sea of trinkets spread and goblets, plates, and jewels, she looks around and reaches a new state. This was not what she wanted. This was never who she was. Around her lay the keys to the kingdom, but she didn't want them. For power does not exist in gifts, but in the mind that does not need them at all to conquer the world. She stood in the room, still, surrounded by wealth and historical writ. What to do? What to choose? After a few moments, she had made her choice. And what did she do next? She began to dance.